Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom, specifically part 2 of Chad's Countertops. So if you saw part 1, you saw the process of forming, pouring, polishing, cream coating, and polishing again the countertops. These videos, I say it in pretty much every countertop video I do, they are very lengthy. They are very time consuming. There's a lot of steps to them if you want them to turn out perfect. That's the way I like my countertops to be. Any blemishes or anything, not a fan. So there's something that they're really time consuming. You have to take your time with them. There's a lot of steps to make them absolutely perfect. And you know, that's kind of what I want to achieve on every project I do. So you saw that in part 1. Part 2 will be sealing and install. So you guys will get to see the final product and everything. I keep referencing the Gotta Pay the Bills series. I go into a lot of detail in those. I think there was like 3 or 4 parts to that video series. I go into a lot of detail. So if you're tuning into this video because you're new to my channel, I cover pretty much a lot of stuff here. One of the things though I do like to do is concrete countertops. So if you're here for that reason and you're looking for more information, check out those videos. Part 3 is, there's a link right here. Go ahead and click on that if you want some more information on sealing countertops. So enjoy part 2. Okay, so back up here at the shop. The countertops look great. Gave them an extra half day to dry. Actually, a full day to dry. So it's Monday afternoon. Everything looks really nice. You want countertops to be bone dry before you seal them, because any moisture that's in the concrete is going to come up through our sealer and it's going to turn it all cloudy, and then the sealer will fail. So in previous videos, we've used, pardon the messy shop, we have used an air gun to put it on. It works good, but it really puts a lot of mist and sealer into the air. So we recently just started using these spray bottles. They're very inexpensive and they actually apply it really nice. So this is my favorite part. Before I start spraying, you need to go through and clean everything real good with a tack rag. I'm going to do that right now, and then it's time to apply the sealer. This is my absolute favorite part because you get to see the concrete come to life. You get to see all the color really pop, and it's cool. Check it out. Just with one of these tack rags, you give it a nice thorough cleaning. And they're actually surprisingly pretty clean. Usually I get a lot more debris off these, but that actually looks really good. So we'll do the rest of these and then get it sealed. Okay, here we go. Just a nice light even coat. Voila. Unsealed, sealed. Now, as this first coat dries, it will soak into the concrete a little bit. So that's why you always do one nice light coat, let it dry real thoroughly, and then give it a quick sanding. It'll knock down all the high spots. And then you're good to go for coat number 2. So I'm just going to set the camera up, seal the rest of these, and we'll probably be up here later today to do coat number 2. Okay, so there is coat number one. Now, as you can see, like some of these spots right here, I know I sealed this edge, but it's getting soaked in, so it's kind of looking a little bit duller. So like I said, that's pretty normal for this first coat. We'll let this dry really good and be up here in a little bit to do coat number two. Okay, so that is coat number two for the sealer. First coat was really nice. The top was really smooth. There were just a couple little duller areas where the sealer had soaked in. No big deal. That's always to be expected with these first coats. So I really didn't even have to sand the first coat. If you get a bunch of air bubbles or if there's any debris or anything that kind of dropped into the sealer while you're sealing them, then you definitely have to sand them. Make sure the top's nice and smooth, and then apply the second coat. Repeat those steps until the top is smooth as glass. So first coat was really good, didn't have to sand that, just applied second coat now. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this done last night. The tops were still a little wet when I came back up. So it is Tuesday morning now, so hopefully later this evening I can check these, reevaluate. If I need to apply a third coat, I will. If not, it's time to buff and polish them. So that's where we're at. Okay, delivery day is here. I have these smaller pieces right here, and back behind the sink in my truck right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those unloaded and set. Okay, so the first three pieces are in. I can't really do anything with this piece until I have the last two bigger pieces in and mounted. That way I'll be able to line this up, you know, with my seams. However, one thing I wanted to talk about for a minute or two real quick is one of the most common questions I get is, how do I mount these? I understand they're concrete, you can't really run a screw through the cabinet into them like the wooden countertops. 100% honesty, you just caulk them. That's it. I mean, this piece here, that piece over there, these two pieces are probably close to 100, maybe 110 pounds a piece. Even this smaller one is probably right around 50 to 60 pounds. So they're not a light material, they are concrete, they do have weight to them. So coming through this corner, bumping into it, getting them to move, there's a lot of weight. You need to be moving with some force if you just set them there. So what we do is we caulk around the backside from the countertop to the wall, run that bead of caulking the whole way down, and caulk underneath. So the caulking binds the concrete to the cabinet. So now, if you've ever really messed with caulking at all, you know that stuff is sticky. It's not going anywhere. You're really gonna have to be moving with some force, or something pretty drastic needs to happen in order for these things to move, not just because of the weight, but because of the adhesive caulking. So that's how we mount these. The only time we actually do technically mount something to the concrete is when we're doing an undermount sink or a drop-in sink. And I specified those two because the undermount sink needs to attach to the sink, or I'm sorry, to the countertop, so that it's held there, doesn't fall when you fill it up with water. The drop-in sink needs mounted. You know, you usually have like clamps or something that hook into the sink and then wrap underneath. That way, as you put dishes in and out, it doesn't move. However, we are doing a farmhouse sink for Chad, so we'll just have this L piece here, a seam here, and then this rectangular piece here. So no need to mount the sink or anything. It's pretty stationary in the cabinet. They have a nice bench built for it to sit on. I think they actually use like 3/4 inch plywood on it because that sink is heavy. So that is everything you need to know about how to mount countertops to cabinets. So hope that helped. All right, everybody, that's it. Pretty much done. Couple more things I have to finish up, but I'm out of material right now. I really like using a silicone-based caulking because it wipes off really nice. If it's not silicone, it sticks to your fingers and just makes a mess. So I'm out of that. I still have to caulk along this back wall right there, and then underneath the sink. Other than that, the seams are done. We did those in black. They blend in pretty nice. And then everything else underneath there, you saw these three get done. Everything underneath here's all done and caulked. So that is a wrap on this one. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always have fun not only just making these videos, but also doing this kind of work. It really kind of breaks up the everyday concrete work that we do. So I had fun. It's always fun to actually add something to your friend's house too. So Chad's been putting a lot of time and effort and money into this house, so it's really cool that he called me and said he wanted me to do this. And it's actually even cooler because I did his older brother's countertops for his house, about 6 years ago. I did his oldest brother's mantle, or I'm sorry, hearth for his chimney last year. You can find that video here. And now I'm doing his. So got the trifecta. So that's kind of neat. So that's it, everybody. Trying to think of anything else that I might have forgotten. If I do, I'll put it in the narration. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.